Hi, now let's take a look at the new software that comes with your CTX 3030. It's called XChange2. Now XChange2 allows us to exchange data between our CTX 3030 and our computer.
To use the advanced mapping features of your CTX 3030, you'll need to install the accompanying software XChange2 onto a Windows-based personal computer. Insert the XChange2 software disk into your PC's disk drive. You should now be prompted to install the software. Choose Yes or click on Run Setup Exe. Choose your language from the list and press OK. This will open the main installation window. Click the top tab on the left marked Install XChange2. Read the license agreement, then if you agree with its terms and conditions, click the I accept box and then click Next. Your software will now load onto your PC and a desktop icon will appear, confirming the installation was successful. Click Finish to close the application window. It is advisable to install the other installations to your PC. In this case, we'll install the CTX 3030 instruction manuals onto our PC. Click Finish to close the main installation window. The first time you open XChange2, there'll be a good chance a newer version will be available. Updates are indicated by an exclamation mark at the top of the software window to the right of the XChange2 logo. Move your cursor over the exclamation mark to see the update, which in this case is a newer version of XChange2. Then click it to download the new software. A small window shows the download progress and you'll then be prompted to close XChange2. Choose your language from the list and press OK. Read the license agreement, click the I accept box and then press Next. The new software will detect the older version and you will be prompted to delete this before proceeding. Click OK to uninstall the old version. The old version will be removed and the new version will be installed. When you see the installation complete window, press the Finish button to close the window. We are now ready to connect a CTX 3030 to our PC. Plug one end of the USB lead into the computer, then unscrew the protective cap on the back of the control pod and plug the other end of the lead into the USB socket. Switch on the CTX 3030. Once the detector connects to XChange2, you will see CTX 3030 appear above the All button at the top of the left red panel. Click on the CTX 3030 button to view the contents of the detector. Scroll down through the programs, geohunts, finds and waypoints. We're going to save these GPS records to a new folder. Click the plus button to the right of the Collections tab. This opens the folder creation window. Choose a color, name the folder, and press Save New. Now with the CTX 3030 button selected, scroll down past the programs until you reach the waypoints, find points and geohunts. Note the small square in each file is white, indicating they haven't been saved. Click on each of them to select the files. And then drag them all to the new folder named Geohunts. A small window will summarize the copying process. And the little white squares on the files will turn red, indicating they are now saved. Once the files have been placed in a collection folder, they become editable. To view these files on Google Maps, you will need to register and then log in. Here, Gordon has already registered and simply has to enter his password. Then, press the login button. Once logged in, the map screen loads. As you move your mouse cursor over a waypoint, you will see it bounce for joy in the map screen. Click on a file center icon to bring it to the center of the map. Use the scale slider to zoom right into the field. Click the center icon on each file to view their map position. Here, Gordon has marked an Iron Age ring ditch he intends to search. The red icons are find points where Gordon has found things. He could edit these to give better descriptions, but I guess he's being a little bit secretive by not renaming them. The last records are his geohunts. Centering them on the map shows exactly where he searched on the field on 2 occasions. He's got a lot more searching to do before he covers that field. Now let's take a look how easy it is to build a detector mode program on the CTX 3030. Double click the desktop icon to open the software. Click the Add New Mode button. Choose a collection folder to save it in and press OK. This opens a factory preset mode window ready to be edited. Name the new mode. We're naming this one Gordon 1. And the description, UK program. Now, we need to build the discrimination patterns using the tools to the left of the pattern edit panel. We have selected the accept tool, which we drag over the work area while we're holding the left mouse button. Release this to accept the selected area. Now we select the reject tool. Dragging the cursor over the work area, like before, adds discriminated areas. Continue selecting areas and build up a pattern. And switch to the accept tool when we wish to remove areas of the discrimination pattern. When we are happy with pattern 1, we select the second pattern and repeat the procedure. This time we're dragging the cursor covering the lower segment of the screen. We have 2 custom patterns. It's time to set up the tones for our program. Click the Tone ID Profile tab. From the drop-down list of tone profiles, we are choosing Combined. Combined Tone ID Profile gives us 5 areas to customize. First, we're going to adjust the tone map segments. You just grab the bars with your cursor, holding them with the button of your mouse, and then drag them to their new positions. Next, we are going to adjust the tones of the segments so they all sound different. Each panel has a speaker icon. When pressed, they play the tone of the corresponding segment. Each can be adjusted with a slider below. Left lowers the tone. Right raises the pitch. Once you're happy with all the tones, it's time to complete the mode by selecting the last few settings. Response, smooth, recovery fast, we'll leave off, recovery deep, on, seawater off, target separation, high trash, pinpoint type, sizing. That's about it. Click Save New to save the program to the collection folder. Now, we need to load the new program to our CTX 3030. Connect the USB cable and power up the detector. Once the connection is made, the detector will appear in the left-hand red panel. Click on the collection folder where we saved our new program, find it, and drag it to the CTX 3030. We now get confirmation of the transfer. and the new program can be found by clicking on the CTX 3030 button along with the other loaded programs. Disconnect the USB lead with the detector on, and the CTX 3030 will now update before restarting. We now have our new Gordon 1 mode on the detector, ready to be loaded and used. Another feature in XChange2 is its ability to share files with other users via email or over the internet. Here we're going to share our new file, Gordon 1. Simply drag it onto the file icon, click it to open the file window, click on the Export a Minelab file icon. This saves an MLF file to your computer. Click the Show All Downloads link to navigate to your file. You now can share the file electronically via email, etc.
Now, another great feature within XChange2 software is the ability to import other people's programs and settings. Now, I'm going to go onto a website now, download a file that's been put up there to share, and I'm going to then open it up in XChange2 and transfer certain elements into my CTX 3030. Now, this is really simple. All we do is we navigate to the website, and there's a link to a file called ihg310612.mlf. Right, we're going to click on that, and I'm immediately asked, do I want to open the file? Now, one thing you do not want to try to do is let Windows open up the files. Those files can only be opened up in XChange2. So what we do is we press Save and then Close. So now open up XChange2, and we're going to click on the File icon, and then above the File window, which is empty at the moment, we're going to click on this little tab here called Import Minelab File. We're then going to choose the file, and I know for a fact that these will all end up in my download folder. Highlight it and then click Open. There are all the modes and settings of that download. Now what I want to do is save all these files to their own folder. So I'm going to click on Collections tab. I'm going to name this GOGS Programs. I'm then going to choose a folder, and I'm going to choose a color, which is also blue, and then press Save New. So there it is on the left hand side. I'll highlight all these files and drag them to the new folder. And in the corner there was a little white square which has now turned blue, indicating that they've been saved to that file. Now they're in the folder, we can actually edit them if we want to, and you just click the Edit button. So there's all the settings there. Now we can edit those if we want to, but we're not going to. So we're just going to click the X, and it's the same for the actual modes themselves. You click the Edit button, you can then have a look at them, change the settings, you can check the patterns, which tone profile they're using. But again, we're not going to actually adjust any of these settings. We're just going to load them as they are straight to the CTX 3030. Plug one end of the USB lead into the computer and the other into the CTX 3030. Then switch it on. So once you've got a connection, you'll see in the left-hand red panel, CTX 3030 appears at the top. Now we're going to transfer a couple of files over onto the CTX 3030 from those downloaded files. So first, we're going to transfer over a mode. This is IHG Tadpole. Drag it onto the CTX 3030, and there it is. It's one item's copied. And then next, we're going to actually transfer across the settings as well. Drag that over, and that copies also to the CTX 3030. Click on the CTX 3030 tab, and we can then see the two downloads are now sitting on our detector. So then all we have to do is disconnect the USB cable, and then the CTX 3030 will update its programs and save those to them. So that's it, the files that we downloaded off the internet now on the CTX 3030. So it's just a matter of getting to the field now, going into the menu, finding the new mode, loading it and start detecting.